Hi, my name is Ellen Fischat, and I'm the founder of Story Room, an innovation consultancy headquartered in Cape Town. We design and host all different sorts of innovation challenges, incubation and acceleration programs for different industries. I'm also the ambassador for Inspiring 50 South Africa. We are a platform of women in STEM, and what we seek to do is to promote the visibility and celebrate female role models in STEM, which means science, technology, engineering, and maths. My parents were refugees in the 1980s because of apartheid, and they received political asylum in the Netherlands in 1982. So I was very fortunate to grow up in Amsterdam, complete my schooling there and tertiary education. I studied social work and community development at the Hogeschool van Amsterdam. I actually always thought that everyone was part of an international community. I suppose it was only when I moved outside of Amsterdam that I realized that the world is not one big melting pot. Growing up with so many different cultures and languages has really been an advantage for me because it means I've always had access to very interesting and cross-cultural opportunities. I've traveled a lot. But most importantly, I think it also prepares one to venture into the unknown because there's always new learning and there's this natural exploration that takes place when you grow up in a very diverse community. I've actually always felt like I'm part of this very large global family. My biggest challenge after leaving Amsterdam was learning that diversity inclusion is not a given. Um, you don't find this everywhere in the world. I think that most people fear the unknown and they don't really welcome new thinking, ideas, or people that they see as strange or different. New things are usually seen as something threatening, it's not seen as something interesting. So I have to admit that I still find it hard to operate in environments where there's a lot of constraining and also where homogenous thinking or just very similar thinking or behavior is rewarded. People always ask me what I miss the most about living in the Netherlands. And I really think it's the everyday diversity and all these colorful characters that you see on the streets. I love that everyone is just going about their business on their bicycles, and the people on the bicycles, it could be anyone from a CEO to a caretaker. I miss the incredibly good public transport and hearing the sound of foreign languages on the subway. I miss going to the market on a Saturday morning that is just filled with beautiful flowers and fresh produce from all over the world, really. And I suppose I miss the safety of cycling home after a night out on the town with my girlfriends. Studying in the Netherlands really helped me form my very critical but also very open mindset, um, and just very unique perspective of the world and problems and just everything different. What I thought was very important during my studies was that personal development was a mandatory part of our academic studies. And I think that's so important for any professional as you shape your thinking and you find your voice in the expertise that you'll have in the working environment. But most importantly, I think studying social work in the Netherlands has really given me an advantage of understanding social dynamics and systems engineering. And I now work in technology and innovation, and I believe that is because that I have learned during my studies that when you understand the human behind the science, then you can actually influence what happens within those dynamics, and there isn't actually a single industry that I can't work in with these skills. The world is my oyster.